Okay, so today's tutorial is on APA levels of heading. And APA levels of heading are nothing more than APA's style for organization of the paper. So in APA there are 5 levels of heading, and they're named accordingly, levels 1 through 5. Level 1 is a main heading, whereas levels 2 through 5 are considered subheadings, which will go under the main level 1 header. To separate each level has a different format and position within the body of the paper that makes it unique and distinguishable. And the 2 most common levels that you'll probably use are levels 1 and 2. Again, you use levels of heading in your APA papers to organize and highlight the main ideas under the highest levels of heading. And when you guys get to your outlines, I'm going to have you basically just create APA level header outlines. So it's really important that you utilize the levels of heading because they are an important aspect of APA style, just like a reference style or the citation styles. So for original scientific research manuscripts, you'll see these main 1 level headings: the abstract, materials, methods, results, discussion, conclusion, references. Those are considered level 1 headers. Now it's really important to note that you will never ever label the introduction as a heading. You're basically going to have your title as a level 1 header, and then anything under that title would be considered the introduction. So it's assumed that after your title you're going to introduce your paper, and therefore you don't need to have the introduction labeled as a level 1 heading. So the format, each section begins with the highest level and works downward, which I'll show an example on the next slide. Some main headings or level 1 headings will have more subheadings underneath it, and that's okay. So some level 1 headings will have more level 2 headings than the next level 1 heading. And to distinguish between the levels of heading, you'll notice these special format characteristics: capitalization, bold text, indented text, italicized text, and of course punctuation. So this table 3.1 is taken directly from the publication manual for the American Psychological Association, or the APA manual. You can see here that the format for the headings, so for level 1 heading it would be centered, boldface, uppercase, and lowercase. Level 2 headings would be flush left, boldface, uppercase, lowercase heading, and then on down the line there. So here's an example of the levels. I've kind of written them out for you. The only thing you won't see is that these should all be bolded. So you can see here that level 1 heading would be your method, and then over to the left you have 2 level 2 headings. And you can see that they have uppercase and lowercase letters. And also level 2s are flush left, level 1s are centered, level 3s are tabbed over 1. And then also note that your level 3 heading has a period at the end. And then also level 3 headings only have the first letter of the first word capitalized. So that slide only gave an example of the 3 levels of heading. If you think about where the 4th level of heading would go and what it would look like, you would have to go back to this slide here, and you can see the 4th level would be indented, bold-faced, italicized, lowercase. So the difference between level 3 and level 4 is that it is italicized. Some important notes for your paper: do not use letters or numbers as levels of heading. So don't put, like an outline format or whatever where it has 1A, 2B, etc. There are no levels of subheading for an abstract or references, so your abstract is just going to be a level 1 heading, abstract bolded and centered. And then you're going to continue your paragraph, your abstract 1 single succinct paragraph, and then you'll have your title and begin the paper. Same thing for the references. And again, also note, do not label the introduction as a heading. The title accomplishes this level. For this class, you're not required to submit original research. So these papers would be considered what's called literature reviews. So your level 1 headers will be more explanatory, meaning your level 1 headers won't be materials and methods. You may have a discussion and you will have a conclusion as level 1 headers, and you'll definitely have references and an abstract, but you won't be labeling the materials and methods and stuff. And that's it for that. I wanted to show you a paper with some levels of heading. See if I can zoom in on this for you guys. Okay, so here's the title of my paper. Notice that it's centered and bolded, and you have a capital letter here, 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 etc. And then I begin the paper. So then this is an example of a level 1 heading following the introduction, centered, bolded. Here's an example of a level 2 heading. So this just means that under this level 1 heading, this is what I'm going to be talking about. And then this level 2 heading separates the first level 2 from the second one. So it's nice and organized like that. Here's another level 2 heading under the main level 1. And another level 2 heading under the main level 1. So you can see now that under that main level 1 heading, I'm going to have 4 level 2 headings. And here is another level 1 heading. So this is basically another thesis idea within my paper. And another level 1 heading, so this would be my third thesis idea with a level 2. Level 2, level 2 again, level 2, and another level 1, and then my conclusion. So you can see that my conclusion is considered a level 1 heading as well. And your references go on their own separate page after you finish your paper as a level 1 heading. And you can see the format for the references. They should be in alphabetical order. They should have what's called a hanging line. So the first line of the reference is flush left, and then each subsequent line after that is called hanging. And you can do that by highlighting your reference, going to paragraph, special, and hanging. And it should do that for you. And that's it. Pretty easy, right? This paper only has levels 1 and 2. You may, because your paper will be about, I don't know, 20 pages or so, I think, is what the average was, 15 and 20. You're definitely going to have some level 3s in there. So pay attention to where the level 3s would go. For example, I'll just give you an example here. So say this was my level 3 heading under this level 2, meaning, there's more information under that level 2 that I want to separate for the reader. So for level 3 format, it's going to be tabbed over. Only the first letter of the first word is capitalized. It is still bolded, so I can leave it like that. The punctuation, and then your text begins immediately after your level 3 heading. And it's really easy to forget this. So make sure that you begin your text immediately after this level 3 heading. Okay? If anybody has any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll be posting stuff for your outline formats, and I'll go over that too with you guys. So I had some really good input last semester doing this, and so I'm hoping to have that same success that I did with last semester's. All right, thank you.